give it my best.
Got enough rod and reels to do it.
Listen, if I can't do it with this, I need to go on home, right? Pick up a new hobby. What's going on, Salt Strong Nation? It's Matt Niak, and I want to share another report with you guys. Now, this was a report from when I was on the road. I was actually fishing in the St. Augustine area while doing some scouting for some tournaments. Now, I want to be able to share with you guys the trend I found in that area, as well as what allowed me to be successful. We'll talk about the tackle and what allowed me to be so successful in that tough condition at the end. So stay tuned till the end to talk about that. But first, let's get on the water to check out this action. All right, Salt Strong family, I'm just going to drop you in right in the middle here. I launched at a place that I've never been. This was the Ghana River there in St. Augustine. It was a falling tide and I was having to move fast. As you can see, finding bait was not an issue on this trip. Bait was absolutely everywhere when the water level started to fall out of this marshy area. It was so thick, at one point I even thought I could almost net the bait up because it was so thick. But once that water level finally dropped significantly, it was along the edges and drop-offs of this oyster shelf where I was first able to identify fish. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't successful at catching any of the fish that I'd located along this oyster shelf, but as I began to move a little bit further into a new area closer towards the mouth of this river, I finally found some action. Now, I will let you know that the winds were pretty heavy and it was causing me a lot of issues with some accurate casting, but got him. We're on the wake bait. Monster Fred. There we go. Nice Fred. The wake bait, y'all. On that wake bait. Finally. There we go. Whew, got him. Lottie-dottie, everybody. Nice one right here, y'all. Woo, really nice redfish right there. Tank crushed that wake bait right here off of this oyster bar. All right, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and get this fish. Really nice release right here, right back where we got him from, here at the oyster bar. Woo, there he goes. Nice. Took me a minute, but man, that was a good one. As I'd said, I'd been out there for a few hours, but that low tide bite, that was the ticket. Got him. This is why it's appropriate to change your leader when you're fishing around heavy structure. As you guys can see, I got towed straight into the oysters, and I'm glad I had it. Oh God, oh God, oh God. Oh, gotta get out of there. Get this fish in water. Oh gosh. Y'all, I'm in some mess. Oh. Got the kayak going straight now. I thought we were. We're gonna land him right here. What a disaster. Finally got him, y'all. Jeez, that was tough. Right, send this fish hole back. All right, y'all, that was a pretty phenomenal day once I dialed in the trend there. I'm just going to be honest with you. I was on the water about 6.5, 7 hours just trying to make something happen. It was a really tough day out there with just a grind. It was hot, bluebird skies, the bait was everywhere, so I was really having trouble figuring out what those fish were looking for or where they were hiding at or what they were just dialed in on. But I stayed around long enough to kind of figure it out. And what I figured out was at the bottom of that tide cycle, when that water level got low around those oyster bars, those fish cruised up and down the side of that ledge in the river there, and they were just in a gorging mode. They were just going after all of the bait in that area. I saw redfish belly crawling all in that area, and they were just feeding really good on both the bait with the bait fish as well as grass shrimp. I could see a lot of grass shrimp coming out of that grass as well with that low tide. So those fish were really just fired up in that area. But as you guys were able to see, I was having some trouble with a lot of the winds in that area. But, you know, that's something that we have sometimes in these warmer months. We'll get a lot of these windy days and windy conditions. But I have a bait specifically for days just like that. And that's one of these Strike King KVD wake baits. Now, these things right here are just phenomenal. In those windy conditions, they just really kind of call in those fish. As you guys can see right there, it's got this bill on it right there that just makes it like a really shallow diving crankbait. Now, it's one of my favorite baits to use in the summer times, especially when we get those bluebird skies or some windy days, you know, just those tough conditions. I feel like that wake bait just draws out an instinctive bite from those fish when it comes by, just really loud and really noisy. Now, it does, as I said, run shallow. It runs close to the surface. So when those fish are dialed in on, say, a bait that's near the top of the surface, whether it be those popping grass shrimp or mullet or other bait fish corralled near the surface, this does a great job of triggering bites from those fish that are in the area on a feeding pattern. Now, again, I said it's one of my favorites for windy days just like this. And again, that's just another time it really shines. So if you guys have any questions for me about the wake bait right here, or if you guys are interested in some awesome fishing tips just like this, we do have a fishing tips page at saltstrong.com that's just catered to making you a better angler so that you can make more memories out on the water with your friends and family through fishing. Now, if you guys are interested in some awesome discounts on your fishing tackle, we do have that as well here at saltstrong.com in our tackle store. That's exclusive to our insider members. So if you're interested in either becoming a better fisherman or exclusive discounts on all your fishing tackle, check us out at saltstrong.com. And until next time, we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you in the next video.